InterswitchSPAK is an IntersWitch Switch a Future initiative.
Last year, QuickTeller's ad campaign was fantastic. This year, we have to go bigger. Imagine, we open on me in my estate. Suddenly we hear, it's my ride. Just because I pay my bills on time using QuickTeller, they never stop my ride.
Okay, wait. We see this slick car in front of a global mall. A fine babe gets out of the car. Guess who?
I shop from stores in the US and UK, and
I always get what I want on QuickTeller Global Mall.
I have an even better idea. We see me and my boy driving. Yeah. And then I see some kids. What are you guys doing?
No fees, no school.
No fees, no school? You know what? You go to school. And you go to school, and I'm paying for your school fees on QuickTeller. Great ideas. Don't worry about the cost. Everything is possible with QuickTeller. And then it takes all the credit.
Just like last year.
QuickTeller. Everyday payments made easy.
InterswitchSPAK is an IntersWitch Switch a Future initiative.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, students, parents, and of course our friends from NECO. Just yesterday, I read about a decision made by the US to deny Nigerians the opportunity to live there if they wanted to live there. And it got me thinking, what is the connection between that decision and InterswitchSPAK? What do you do with the knowledge of science? What do you do with technology? And how does that affect your environment? Just this last December, a friend of mine told me of an interaction he had with the son of his friend. This little man was 9 years. His parents had brought him to Nigeria for the Xmas season, and he was asked the question, what do you think about Nigeria? The young man said, I love the people, I love the weather, I love the country, but it looks like a big construction site. So when a young man of 9 years says Nigeria is a construction site, so the first thing to ask yourself, what happens in the construction site? In a construction site, you find lots of activities, lots of debris. You find workers who believe that their job is to work for some days, get paid, usually not a lot of money, and they look forward to the very next location where they can work hard again. Whereas in that same construction site, you will find young people who are looking forward to the completion of the construction and hoping to become owners of the properties and the things being constructed. And of course, as owners, they expect in future that there will be many others coming to join them and perhaps pay them for services that they have constructed. So as young people who live in Nigeria, the question for you is, if Nigeria is a construction site today, if that same young man is to come back in 10 years' time, he will be 19. Will he still be seeing a construction site, or will he be seeing a country where construction is completed? And once that construction is completed, what will be your role in that environment where construction is complete? Your parents have invested a lot in you. Your teachers have invested a lot in you, and you have the opportunity to use science and technology to change and improve your environment. So what I'd like to challenge you with today is to challenge your perspective. How do you see the environment you live in? How do you see yourself? And how do you see the kind of change and the kind of impact that you can have? So there's this story of a group of men who decided to engage a very big object, but they all looked at the problem or the challenge from a very narrow perspective. So for some people, what they touched looked like a fan. Some other man said, no, what I can see is a rope. Another said, it's a wall. No, it's a spear. Of course, it can't be a spear, it's a snake. And then the last person said, it's a tree. If you look at it from their own perspective, you are inclined to think that they are correct. And they actually believe that they are correct. But when you move back, when you zoom out, and take a big picture view of the issue, you suddenly realize that what they were talking about is an elephant. So that rope was actually a tail. So can you imagine holding a tail of an elephant, thinking you were holding a rope? That spear wasn't a spear, it was something else. The fan was the ear of the elephant. And of course, that tree was the leg. There's something we say at IntersWitch: if you ask the wrong questions, even if you get the right answers to the wrong question, anything you implement will not achieve its results. So one of the things I want to challenge you to do today is to try to broaden your perspective. A wise man once said, when one door closes, another one opens. Every time I hear that statement, I question it. Who opened the other doors? Could it be all the doors were opened before, but you only saw one? And when that one you saw and you entered started to close, in your panic, you began to look for other opportunities. You now saw another door, and in your mind, you think that door just came. What if you now know that that door and 9 other doors were there at the beginning, but you did not see them?
InterswitchSPAK is an InterSwitch Switch a Future initiative.
Can you play this one?
The Good Life is whatever you want it to be. Choose Verve for the good life.
InterswitchSPAK is an InterSwitch Switch a Future initiative.
So what I want to spend the next few minutes doing is to show you another perspective. What you see on the screen is the map of the world taken from outer space. When you go online and you Google the dark continent, this is the picture you see. Somebody had this interesting joke and decided to call this the dark continent. And of course, they were referring to Africa. But if you look at that map and you look to the extreme left-hand side of what you can see, that should be Canada. Of course, as you all know, Canada is on top of the US. But you'll notice something about Canada. A lot of parts in Canada, in this picture, is in darkness also. So how is that different from Nigeria or from Africa? What do you see? In InterSwitch, when we look at this thing, we don't see a dark continent. We see a continent that has the opportunity to use science and technology, invest in renewable energy, and provide electricity with clean energy better than every other place in the world. In other words, being second or coming from behind does not make you bad. It allows you to learn from the mistakes of others and improve your environment. In this same picture, I see opportunities for better housing. I see opportunities for better schools. I see opportunities for modern healthcare facilities. What do you see? What is your perspective as a young child growing up in Nigeria? Now, it is very important that you tell yourself, is the glass half full or is the glass half empty? And if I'm to advise you, my view is a good perspective to have is to look at this thing from the point of view of the glass is half full. I'm going to show you 4 other perspectives quickly. And as I show you these perspectives, I want you to fix your eyes on 3 areas in this chart. The top left-hand side, where you have the US and Canada. The middle, where you have Nigeria and Southern Africa, or South Africa. And towards the extreme right-hand side, where you have China, India, and perhaps Japan. The map you are seeing right now is what you call a geopolitical map. And it is a map drawn based on the amount of land available for each of these continents. A few years ago, when I did a bit of calculation, I came to the conclusion that if you divide the total number of land in the world by the population, each one of us should ideally have the size of an Olympic-sized stadium in our name. Meaning, if we all had that amount of land, we could farm and take care of ourselves and our families. We could do everything we want to do within the expanse of land that we have. Unfortunately, the world is not like that. The next few slides will show you different perspectives. On the screen, you should be seeing 4 maps. These maps is the same map of the world, but now done from different perspectives. If you draw the map of the world based on population size, there's a view you get, there's a perspective you get. If you draw the map of the world by the size of the workforce in different countries, there's another perspective that you get. And if you draw the map of the world based on youth unemployment, you get yet another perspective. And lastly, if you draw the map of the world based on internet usage or mobile telephony, you get a totally different perspective. Right now, the map on the screen is the map based on population. Once again, take a look at Canada, and you suddenly see that Canada has become a very small country. They don't have lots of people. So if you have lots of land, and you don't have lots of people, what will you do? You will try to attract people to your country. A few months ago, we did an interview in Interswitch, and we asked all those at the final stage, how many of them had applied to go to Canada? Guess what? 50%. Meaning, here we were, we spent months trying to attract people to the company. At the final stage, more than half of them were already on their way out, even before coming in. That has nothing to do with Interswitch. It has to do with perspective. What is the perspective? What is the perspective of Nigeria as a country? What is the perspective of Canada as a country? And what is Canada doing? And what is Nigeria doing? And by extension, what are we, people in Nigeria, youths who understand science and technology, what are we doing with the knowledge that we have?
InterswitchSPAK is an InterSwitch Switch a Future initiative.
The good life is whatever you want it to be.
Excuse me, can I get another one to take away, please? Thank you.
Choose Verve for the good life.
Registration for InterswitchSPAK National Science Competition 3.0 commences Monday 2nd December 2019 and closes Sunday 26th April 2020 ahead of the National Qualifying Examination across Nigeria on Saturday 2nd May 2020. To switch on a bright future, visit www.interswitchspak.com and register your best 6 SS2 students for a chance to win big, including 12.5 million naira worth of university scholarships, laptops, and the bragging right as best STEM student in Nigeria. Don't miss this opportunity to change your life on InterswitchSPAK National Science Competition 3.0, powered by IntersWitch, transaction solutions you can depend on. InterswitchSPAK is an InterSwitch Switch a Future initiative.
If you look at Japan, Japan suddenly becomes very big. Lots of people, little land. If you are a young STEM student in Japan, what kind of things will be coming to your mind? If you go to India and China, you see something similar. They come to Africa. Suddenly, South Africa looks small relative to Nigeria. Now, if we go to the next slide, Take a look at workforce. Canada, again, small to an extent. Japan, still big. China, big. India, big. Nigeria, slightly bigger. You go again to the other slide about unemployment, you suddenly realize that if you take a look at Africa, Nigeria is still big, but some other countries have become bigger. South Africa has become bigger, and some countries in the north. What does that mean? That although we have our challenges, when it comes to youth unemployment, there are other countries in Africa that even have bigger challenges. But one of the things you will notice is that a lot of these countries are actually more developed than Nigeria when it comes to infrastructure. So there's a disconnect between you have infrastructure, you have good roads, you have good schools, but yet you don't have jobs. What exactly do we have as Nigerians that should give you, the youths of this country, lots of hope? It is your entrepreneurial spirit. Once again, in one of our interviews, I asked the finalists, what don't you like about this country? They said, we don't like the roads, lots of potholes. We don't have adequate electricity. The hospitals are not well equipped, and so on and so forth. Then I asked them, what do you like about Nigeria? They said the entrepreneurial spirit of the people, the willingness to face challenges and overcome them. If you are a student of science and of technology, you have the tools in your hand to create things. If there are no jobs, create a job for yourself. Stop thinking that once you finish school, the next logical place to go to is to look for a job. Science and technology gives you the opportunity to make things happen. When we started IntersWitch, it was normal for people to go to banks, to queue up, collect tally numbers. Most of you in this room don't have that experience, but ask your parents. Your generation did not see the years when we go to banks, we queue up, collect tally number, spend hours just to get cash we work for. You didn't see it, but it happened. Your parents saw it. There are many things that you are seeing that we expect generations after you not to see because you took a bold step to make a change. If you move on to the very next slide, it now talks about internet usage. And you now see that suddenly, if you look at the map of Africa, Nigeria becomes very, very big. What does that tell you? Nigeria's population, more than 60% of us are youths. We embrace technology a lot. Most Nigerians have mobile phones and they use the internet. And if you look at the map of the world and you look at internet usage, you suddenly realize that Nigeria has an advantage. And guess what? You are all doing science and technology. Therefore, you stand a good chance of taking advantage of this phenomenon called the internet that Nigerians seem to love. So whether you are looking at housing, whether you are looking at healthcare, the question is there a way to use the internet as a way to improve your society? Lastly, I'd like to show you something else. A few years ago, based on a study by the economists ranking entrepreneurship in most countries, Nigeria was number 2. By last year, we became number 1 globally. What do you hear about your country? You hear about corruption index. Nigeria is corrupt. True. It's not the best, we'll work on it. But what about those areas where Nigerians are doing very well? Why don't you look at those things as the cup is half full and take those areas where we have strength and use them? What this is telling us is that the entrepreneurial nature of Nigerians, our adoption of the internet, is giving a lot of youths the opportunity to get ahead in life, even when there are no jobs. They are creating their own jobs. And as students of science and technology, I want to leave you with a message. Don't be moved by the things around you. If you're going to be moved by the things around you, be moved by the knowledge that you have, the perspectives of life that you have, and a desire to improve your society. Thank you.
Last year, Quick Teller's ad campaign was fantastic. This year, we have to go bigger. Imagine, we open on me in my estate. Suddenly we hear, it's my ride. Just because I pay my bills on time using Quick Teller, they never stop my ride.
Okay, wait. We see this slick car in front of a global mall. A fine babe gets out of the car. Guess who?
I shop from stores in the US and UK, and
I always get what I want on Quick Teller Global Mall.
I have an even better idea. We see me and my boy driving. Yeah. And then I see some kids. What are you guys doing?
No fees, no school.
No fees, no school? You know what? You go to school. And you go to school, and I'm paying for your school fees on Quick Teller. Great ideas. Don't worry about the cost. Everything is possible with Quick Teller. And then it takes all the credit.
Just like last year.
Quick Teller. Everyday payments made easy.
Registration for InterswitchSPAK National Science Competition 3.0 commences Monday 2nd December 2019 and closes Sunday 26th April 2020 ahead of the National Qualifying Examination across Nigeria on Saturday 2nd May 2020. To switch on a bright future, visit www.InterswitchSPAK.com and register your best 6 SS2 students for a chance to win big, including 12.5 million naira worth of university scholarships, laptops, and the bragging right as best STEM student in Nigeria. Don't miss this opportunity to change your life on InterswitchSPAK National Science Competition 3.0, powered by InterSwitch, transaction solutions you can depend on. InterswitchSPAK is an InterSwitch Switch a Future initiative.
The purpose basically of this internship is to provide them with an avenue and understanding of how business in the real world runs and give them that work experience that can help them in generating ideas and then bringing it to birth.
NEP Health, which is our business, was created to provide health insurance to cover for Nigerian populace. Now, statistics give us that about 95% of Nigerian population currently are not covered by health insurance. So we are just trying to create a platform where the masses and the elites can be linked with HMOs.
I think it's been a very fantastic presentation from these young adults. I mean, within 7 days, they've been able to flesh out their ideas. I mean, it's one thing to think about an idea, it's another thing to think about the business around that idea, because that's ultimately what will ensure sustainability.
These 2 weeks has been very exciting. The experience interning at Interswitch has been very enlightening.
This internship process is going to make a huge impact on my educational career, because we all know that Interswitch is a technological-based company, and my career path is also technological based, so I've learned a lot of things that will be helping my career technologically in the future.
I've learned that the fact that something is difficult should not be a deterrent from doing the thing.
I've also learned how to cooperate with other people in order to successfully build a business.
And I know that with this knowledge and with all they've done, their proof of concept, they can pick any business anywhere in the world and they can make progress in life generally.
People that run successful businesses will tell you that it's one thing to build a great product, it's another to have a fantastic business model, and you need both for your business to succeed. So what we saw today with the young adults playing the roles of CFO, COO, actually teaches them skills that you need to have and things that you need to know to run a successful business. These are things that you find 30, 40, 50-year-olds trying to do, and to see young adults at their age doing those things is really, really impressive.
Registration for InterswitchSPAK National Science Competition 3.0 commences Monday 2nd December 2019 and closes Sunday 26th April 2020 ahead of the National Qualifying Examination across Nigeria on Saturday 2nd May 2020. To switch on a bright future, visit www.InterswitchSPAK.com and register your best 6 SS2 students for a chance to win big, including 12.5 million naira worth of university scholarships, laptops, and the bragging right as best STEM student in Nigeria. Don't miss this opportunity to change your life on InterswitchSPAK National Science Competition 3.0, powered by IntersWitch, transaction solutions you can depend on.
The good life is whatever you want it to be.
Excuse me, can I get another one to take away, please? Thank you.
Choose Verve for the good life.
When we least expect it, life sets us a challenge to test our courage and willingness to change.
At such a moment, there is no point in pretending that nothing has happened or in saying that we are not yet ready.
The challenge will not wait. Life does not look back.
So, are you ready to take up the challenge?
Welcome to the InterswitchSPAK Africa STEM Challenge, brought to you by IntersWitch, transaction solutions you can depend on. In 2018, InterswitchSPAK was launched in Nigeria, and with the immense success that was recorded from the very first season, we had InterswitchSPAK 2.0, which you will all agree with me was a riveting experience. In 2019, another great step was taken in launching InterswitchSPAK Kenya. Faith, how was that for you?
Oh wow, Hero, that was such an incredible experience for me. I had watched episodes of InterswitchSPAK Nigeria on YouTube, and I really wished that something like that could be done in Kenya. So when it finally happened, I was so delighted, not only for myself, but also for the future of Kenya. We ended up having our winners, and it was very inspiring also just listening to the aspirations that these students have. Even despite their ages, they fought very well till the final. But Hero, the fight is not yet over.
That is true. Today we'll be witnessing the battle of all battles between InterswitchSPAK Nigeria students and InterswitchSPAK Kenyan students. It is the InterswitchSPAK Africa STEM Challenge.
This is an initiative that is geared towards team spirit, also towards Pan-African learning and interactions among the participants of InterswitchSPAK Science Competition.
In the Africa Challenge, the first, second, and third place winners of both InterswitchSPAK Nigeria and Kenya were placed into 3 teams. Now, each team will consist of 1 Nigerian and 1 Kenyan. These 3 teams will now compete for the prestigious title of the Best Africa STEM Challenge Champions. They must be able to work together irrespective of the country they come from.
It's about that time, don't you think so?
I totally agree with you. And as a perfect gentleman, I'll do you the honors. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, can we please give a round of applause for Faith?
Thank you.
As she takes the podium.
Last year, Quick Tellers ad campaign was fantastic. This year, we have to go bigger. Imagine, we open on me in my estate. Suddenly we hear, it's my ride. Just because I pay my bills on time using Quick Teller, they never stop my ride.
Okay, wait. We see this slick car in front of a global mall. A fine babe gets out of the car. Guess who?
I shop from stores in the US and UK, and
I always get what I want on Quick Teller Global Mall.
I have an even better idea. We see me and my boy driving. Yeah. And then I see some kids What are you guys doing?
No fees, no school.
No fees, no school? You know what? You go to school. And you go to school and I'm paying for your school fees on QuickTeller. Great ideas. Don't worry about the cost. Everything is possible with QuickTeller. And then it takes all the credit.
Just like last year.
QuickTeller. Everyday payments made easy.
The good life is whatever you want it to be.
Excuse me, can I get another one to take away, please? Thank you.
Choose Verve for the good life.
This is InterswitchSPAK Africa's STEM Challenge. We are glad that you're watching. In the audience today, I would like to acknowledge the presence of representatives from the Ministry of Education and also our sponsors, Interswitch Group. I would also like to recognize the Group Chief Marketing and Communications Officer, Cherry Romosele from Interswitch Group. And I would like to welcome the founder and managing director of Interswitch Group, Mr. Mitchell Elegbe, for the opening address.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, last week we saw winners emerge from InterswitchSPAK 1.0 in Kenya. Same last week, we saw winners emerge from InterswitchSPAK 2.0 from Nigeria. IntersWitch operates not only in Nigeria, but also in other parts of Africa, including Kenya. And one of the things I have noticed is the quality of outcomes when Team Nigeria and Team Kenya come together to solve challenges. What we are seeing tonight is an opportunity for you all as youngsters to see how you can harness the perspectives of Kenya, the perspectives of Nigeria together to solve African challenges. We do hope that tonight you will see that there's serious power in collaboration across different cultures and across different geographies. Thank you and enjoy.
This is the InterswitchSPAK Africa's STEM Challenge. Our contestants have been grouped into three. In Team Pascal, we have Oyinda Mola and Ashley. In Group Edison, we have Toby and Norbert. And in Group Newton, we have Jemima from Kenya and Onyekachi from Nigeria. Jemima, have you gotten to know Onyekachi?
Yeah.
What do you know about him?
His strengths are physics and chemistry.
Physics and chemistry. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and one of his hobbies is playing football.
All right, all the best to Team Newton. Ashley and Oyinda Molai, you are in Team Pascal. Ashley.
Yes.
Can you pronounce his name?
Yes, but without the accent.
Just give it a try.
Oyinda Mola.
How did she do?
She tried.
Toby, how do you find the pairing?
Meeting with someone outside the country is quite interesting.
We're really, really grateful to have you here on the show. This is the Africa STEM Challenge. InterswitchSPAK is played in two levels, the foundation round and the advanced round. In the foundation round, you each have an equal opportunity to attempt 12 general science questions, each question within 15 seconds. The first 4 contestants to get the correct answer will earn the maximum 10 points. After which, any other students who get the correct answer will earn 5 points. All the best of luck. A twist in this competition is that your foundation round scores will be carried over to the advanced round. And also, at the end of the foundation round, you all proceed to the advanced round. This is the InterswitchSPAK Africa STEM Challenge Foundation Round. Question 1. Which of the following numbers gives 240 when added to its own square? Is it 15, 18, 12, or 16? Which of the following gives 240 when added to its square? The correct answer is option A. Only Norbert didn't get it right, but it's teamwork. Let's see how this goes. Question 2. The following are major air pollutants except A. Oxides of hydrogen, B. Oxides of carbon, C. Oxides of nitrogen, or D. Oxides of sulfur. Oxides of hydrogen, that is the correct answer. Question 3. Which compound is represented by letter A in the image shown? Is it H2SO3, H2S, HSO4, or H2SO4? Onyekachi, what did you arrive at as your answer?
The other options will be eliminated because when SO2 combines with H2, you get H2SO3, option A.
Okay, this is the result. Question 4, evaluate a to the power of 3 multiplied by a to the power of 2 multiplied by a to the power of negative 5. Is it 8, 64, 0, or 1? D is the correct answer. Question 5, which of the following is not a vector quantity? Power, weight, acceleration, or velocity? Which is not a vector quantity? Jemima, what is a vector quantity?
It's a quantity with both magnitude and direction.
That is true. Your teammates, does he agree?
Yes, I agree.
All right. Toby, which is not a vector quantity among these ones?
Power.
Power it is. That is the correct answer. Question 6, in the image shown, the oxygen given off during the process is derived from water, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, or the atmosphere. Where is oxygen derived from? That brings us to the halfway point of the foundation round of InterswitchSPAK Africa STEM Challenge. We'll be right back with more action.
Registration for InterswitchSPAK National Science Competition 3.0 commences Monday 2nd December 2019 and closes Sunday 26th April 2020 ahead of the national qualifying examination across Nigeria on Saturday 2nd May 2020. To switch on a bright future, visit www.InterswitchSPAK.com and register your best 6 SS2 students for a chance to win big, including 12.5 million naira worth of university scholarships, laptops, and the bragging right as best STEM student in Nigeria. Don't miss this opportunity to change your life on InterswitchSPAK National Science Competition 3.0, powered by IntersWitch, transaction solutions you can depend on.
Can you play this one?
The Good Life is whatever you want it to be. Choose Verve for the good life.
So far, I'm having such a good time interacting with the teams, which have one Kenyan, one Nigerian each. And this is the foundation round. Here comes question 7. Rhizopus obtains its food from dead organic matter extracellularly. So it's said to be A, a commensal, B, a saprophyte, C, an autotroph, or D, a holophyte. The correct answer is option B, a saprophyte. Question 8. Which of the following is commonly used as nuclear fuel? Is it mercury, palladium, uranium, or actinium? Which is commonly used as a nuclear fuel? The correct answer is option C, uranium. Question 9 out of 12 in the foundation round. Which type of wave is shown in the image? Is it a longitudinal wave, a compression, transverse wave, or seismic wave? What type of wave is shown? That is a transverse wave. Okay, let's move on. Question 10. The possession of which of the following is not peculiar to class Insecta? A, 2 pairs of antennae, B, 3 pairs of legs, C, exoskeleton, or D, segmented body. The correct answer is option A. Question 11 of the foundation round, which means only 2 questions to go. And remember, all of you will be proceeding to the advanced round. However, your points will be carried over, so they really matter. Question 11. What is the area of the trapezoid? Is it 44 centimeters squared? Is it 140 squared centimeters, 120 squared centimeters, or 200 squared centimeters? What is the area of the trapezoid? The 15 seconds are up. The correct answer is C, 120 centimeters squared. Well, to our contestants and our teams, that's Team Edison, Team Newton, and Team Pascal, this is question 12 of the foundation round. What quantity of heat is produced by a heater rated 100 volts, 100 ohms in 10 seconds? Is it 10 joules, 100 joules, 1000 joules, or 10,000 joules? Well, correct answer is option C, 1000 joules. We have now come to the end of the foundation round. However, all the contestants will proceed to the advanced round. Before we proceed, let's just find out what are the total points and average response times for each team. Oyinda Mola, from Team Pascal, your average response time is 6 seconds, and your total points was 85. Your teammate also had 85 points. It seems you're really at par, and with the average response time of 6 seconds. From Team Edison, Norbert had 65 total points. Toby had 120 total points. From Team Newton, Onyekachi had 95 points, and Jemima had 50 points. Such good teamwork we are seeing here at the InterswitchSPAK Africa STEM Challenge. This is now the advanced round. In the advanced round, you'll have an opportunity to pick out subject areas, and then you will have 10 questions in total pulled for you. Each contestant will answer these 10 questions within 45 seconds, and then we'll get your cumulative total and average it to your group. Right then, before we get there, we need to take a turn. Our take a turn question for today is a code. Here is the code, 4683779484. And to be able to solve this code, you need the hint, which is transaction solutions you can depend on. I can see this was very fast. So then Onyekachi was the first one, Jemima was the third one, Ashley. Then we had Toby, Oyinda Mola, and Norbert. We're now moving on to the advanced level. Now they will have 45 seconds each to attempt 10 questions. Setting us off is Onyekachi from Team Newton.
My name is Manmary Kachi. I'm ready to spark.
Now is your time to spark. What is the chemical formula for representing sand? The application of protective zinc coating to steel or iron to prevent rusting is termed as. In the study of gases, the equation PV over T equals K is known as.
ID gas law.
The concentration of a solution in grams per dm cubed is termed as. Calculate the surface area of a cube with a length of 3 centimeters.
54.
Given that x equals 1, evaluate x to the power of 2 minus 2x plus 1. The perimeter of a rectangle is 60 centimeters. If its length is 20 centimeters, find its width. Convert 0.94 liters to milliliters.
9,400.
Find the equivalent resistance of 1 ohm, 2 ohm, and 4 ohm resistors connected in series.
3.
That's it for Onyekachi. Give it out to him. Next up, in taking the 10 questions in 45 seconds, we have Ashley.
My name is Ashley and I'm ready to spark.
Ashley, now is your time to spark. In and around which desert do the Bushmen live?
Kalahari.
The use of transistor is associated with what generation of computers? Coal, coke, and charcoal are all allotropic forms of which element? Which oxide of carbon is poisonous? Trypanosomiasis is associated with which pathogen?
Pass.
Which eye defect makes people to see close objects clearly but not distant objects? What refers to the internal friction between layers of a liquid or gas in motion?
Viscosity.
What does the slope of a displacement time graph represent?
Speed. Velocity.
Who was the first African woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize? The headquarters of Africa Union is located in which country?
Pass.
The use of transistors is associated with what generation's computers? Trypanosomiasis is associated with which pathogen?
Protozoa.
That's it for Ashley. Please give it up for her. Jemima from Team Newton, are you ready?
My name is Jemima Acheng and I'm ready to spark.
Jemima, now is your time to spark. Tapeworms, Taenia species, belong to which phylum in the animal kingdom? The nerves which arise from the brain are called?
Pass.
What is the SI unit of molar mass? What acid is formed when CO2 dissolves in water?
Carbonic acid.
In what continent is Swaziland located?
Africa.
Lake Volta is located in which African country? Simplify the root of 150.
Pass.
Given that 3x plus 5x equals minus 8, find the value of x minus 1.
-2.
If x equals minus 1 and y equals 10, what is x to the power of 3 multiplied by y to the power of 2? A hall has 25 rows of seats with 20 seats in each row. How many seats are there in total? Tapeworms, Taenia species, belong to which phylum in the animal kingdom?
Pass.
And now from Team Edison, Toby.
My name is Toby and I'm ready to spark.
Toby, now is your time to spark. Which allotrope of oxygen protects the earth from excessive UV? What group does boron belong to on the periodic table?
Group 3.
The emergency hormone released by the body in times of
Adrenaline.
danger is called which blood vessel carries oxygenated blood to the kidney?
Renal artery.
Evaluate y equals 2x to the power of 3 when x equals 2.
16.
The angles of a triangle are 2x, 3x, and 5x. Find the value of 2x.
That's 6.
Which abiotic factor determines the depth of light penetration in a pond?
WDT.
The center of intelligence of the brain is called?
Cerebrum.
What color of visible light has the lowest energy?
Ultraviolet.
The ratio of stress to strain
Young
in an elastic
modulus.
material. What color of visible light has the lowest energy?
Red.
That is it for Toby. Give it up for him. Orindamola, I really like your smile. Keep it going, right?
My name is Orindamola Aji and I'm ready to spark.
Now is your time to spark. What term describes a reaction that occurs in both forward and backward directions?
Reversible reaction.
W is the chemical symbol
Tungsten.
representing what name is given to all available places on Earth that support life. A plant which grows on another plant without causing harm to the host plant is called? The shedding off of old skeleton by organisms such as cockroaches.
Exfoliation.
In man, which organ converts excess amino acid into
Liver.
urea? Find the frequency of a spring which makes 60 revolutions in 15 seconds.
Oh my god. 4 hertz.
What is the kinetic energy of a runner of mass 20 kilograms moving at a velocity of 5 meters per second?
250 joules.
Which country is the newest in Africa?
Swaziland.
Freetown is the largest city in which African country?
South Africa.
A plant which grows on another plant without causing harm to the host plant is called? Norbert, are you ready?
My name is Norbert and I'm ready to spark.
Norbert, now is your time to spark. In the SI system of measurements, what is the unit of capacitance? What is the Earth's primary source of energy? Calculate the momentum of a body of mass 3 kilograms moving with a velocity of. Find the potential energy of a 5-kilogram ball at 12 meters above the ground.
600.
The current chairman of Africa Union is the president of which African country? And an unprocessed information is termed as?
Pass.
What is the value of cos x if sin x equals 3 over 5?
Pass.
So for y if 9 minus 2y equals 5?
2.
The currency of South Africa is?
Rand.
Who invented the telephone?
Graham Bell.
The current chairman of African
Pass.
Union is? And unprocessed information is termed as?
Pass.
What is the value of cos x?
2 over 5.
That's it for Norbert. Give it up for him.
What is the good life? The good life is every day of your life. It's every day you choose to live with heart. Every day you choose to live in the moment. Some find it in living for others. Others find it in the quiet of solitude. You may find it in the adventure of discovery or in the gratification that comes with enjoying the promise of tomorrow. Some find it in the joy that comes with giving. Others find it in the confidence that comes with self-love. Whatever your idea of the good life may be, you can live it to the fullest with your Verve card. Choose Verve for the good life. The good life is whatever you want it to be.
Excuse me, can I get another one to take away, please? Thank you.
Choose Verve for the good life.
Welcome back. It is still InterswitchSPAK Africa STEM Challenge, the very first of its kind. To do us the honor of prize presentation, I would like to invite the founder and the group managing director of IntersWitch Group in the person of Mr. Mitchell Elegwe. It was a very stiff battle amongst Team Edison, Pascal, and Newton, but we can only have one winner. In Team Newton, Onyekachi scored a total of 255 points. Please, a round of applause for Onyekachi. While Jemima scored a total of 170 points. A round of applause for Jemima. On Team Pascal, Ashley scored a total of 205 points. While Damola scored 205 points also. I personally think that is team spirit. Toby had 320 points while Norbert had 205 points, and both of them scored 525 points. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the winner of the InterswitchSPAK Africa STEM Challenge, Team Edison!
Congratulations, sir. No? Come on. Thank you. And this is for you. Congratulations.
Please, one more time, let's appreciate our winners. It's still InterswitchSPAK Africa STEM Challenge, and we have our winner. Congratulations to Team Edison. Please, can we give them a round of applause? We'd like to say a big thank you to our sponsor, IntersWitch Group, for promoting and supporting the growth of science and technology in Africa.
We also cannot forget the other stakeholders who have made this journey a success. And of course, to you viewers at home, thank you for staying connected to us till this very end. It's been quite a good journey, 9 preliminaries,
3 semi-finals,
the finals of both InterswitchSPAK Nigeria and InterswitchSPAK Kenya, and finally, the InterswitchSPAK Africa STEM Challenge. It has been quite a delight. I've been your host, Faith Minor.
And my name is Hero Daniels.
Till next time, it's bye for now.
InterswitchSPAK is an Interswitch Switch a Future initiative.